Alright guys, in this video we're back for another first impression. So we're revisiting the brand Armaf today. Again, one of the main things I always tell you guys is that breakers doesn't have to cost you an arm and a leg. We got a new Armaf edition, and this is kind of a derivative of flankers that I haven't gotten my nose on yet. So we're gonna try this one out. But guys, the fragrance of the day we're gonna be talking about is this one here. This is called Armaf's Odyssey Aqua. Now, Armaf Odyssey Aqua is going to be a fragrance that is going to be aromatic, fresh, spicy, green, and a little bit citrusy, which is kind of the DNA and the ballpark that I tend to find myself leaning towards these days, especially myself who lives in a warm weather city. I tend to like those fresher, more vibrant, really aquatic and green, spicy fragrances. So we're going to get our first impressions done and accounted for with this one, and we'll see just how this one fares and where this one ranks. But let's get right into it. Good through our unwrapping and our unboxing. Right, got it unwrapped, we unbox it. So I like the bottle design, interesting look to it, right? They go with the green, so I'm imagining it's gonna probably lean into the more green end of the spectrum, probably a little bit more floral, green, herbal, as far as some of the notes we're gonna be getting in this one. And probably the DNA and the mystique that we're gonna be getting, but it's got aqua in it, so maybe, hopefully, we're getting probably some aquatics in here, maybe a little bit saltiness, but we'll get right into at least the main first impression and our note breakdown, and we'll see how this one fares. Some of the main notes we're gonna get in this fragrance, we're gonna get orange, we're gonna get artemisia, we're gonna get mint, lavender, we're gonna get that note Invictus, which is one of the notes I really love, and I know every time I get Invictus, usually that's a sign of good things to come. But as always, guys, we'll get it uncapped, not a magnetic, just a nice click on and off cap. All right, well sealed. Didn't smell a whole lot when I tried to smell it off the bottle, but as always, let's get our initial smell reaction. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let this one settle down in the air. Orange, grapefruit definitely hits you right off, but a green herbal. So with the artemisia, it's really nice. Now, it's smelling a tad bit synthetic off the opening. Not the worst I've ever smelled, but definitely you can tell it smells a little bit like clean laundry detergent, maybe fresh bath soaps, cleaning products a little bit, right? So in terms of that, if you're someone who's really picky as far as your citrusy based fragrances, you are gonna get some of that as far as the opening. But as it's settling down in the air, it's starting to even out a little bit more. I'm liking it a little bit as it's starting to settle down. You're picking up more orange than grapefruit in this one. It's not giving you that armpit sort of smell, which you sometimes can get with certain grapefruit scents, but definitely you're picking up on the orange and grapefruit. It's not a mandarin orange, so it's not as minty or sweet. It's really like having kind of like clean laundry type products. Really is the vibe I'm getting with this one. Not terrible, but definitely one of the things you need to be mindful of. Artemisia is giving it a little bit of a green sort of a feel, but it's not bad. Overall, I still do like it, and we are 1 for 1 off the opening. So we'll see how this one fares. 1, 2, and 3. We'll go 3 off the strip, let that settle down. As we pick it up again, more orange and grapefruit. So synthetics a little bit this time. It's not a terrible scent. It's really not even a bad scent. I don't even want to classify it as something that you guys won't like. I just think that you're probably gonna have to get past the opening with this one. You're gonna have to give it a chance, because for certain people, right, we talk about citrus-based fragrance. Sometimes citrus-based fragrance and overly fruity fragrances, especially when you're talking about notes like orange, grapefruit, lemon, bergamot, if overdone, can be almost kind of turned off, because people do talk about the synthetics. This one does give a little bit of that laundry detergent. It smells fresh and clean though. It smells fresh out the shower. It smells like you definitely take your hygiene seriously. But for certain people who are a little bit more into more lavish, luxurious smelling fragrances, even if it is fresh, right, can be the difference between a compliment pullet, a compliment magnet, versus just a fragrance that smells good instead of great. And this is where, as you build your nose up, as you build more experience, you start to kind of pick and choose, and you start to become a little bit more nitpicky. But as we pick up the strip back up, we let it settle down and see what we pick up. See, off the strip, as it settled down, it's a little bit better. Picking up a little bit of the lavender. Lavender is toned down in this one too, right? It's not overly lavendery fresh like you would get with like La Nuit de L'Homme or even like a Aqua di Gio. I would say like it's more of a toned down lavender. Even the mint is a little bit more toned down. You're really still getting mostly citrus in this one. what is it? What is it giving? What is it reminding me of? A little bit like Paco Rabanne Invictus, like that line as far as what are fragrances that this one would kind of remind you of. That Invictus, I would say the closest flanker from what I'm getting is like Invictus Platinum, maybe. Not Invictus Aqua even, because it's not aquatic. It's not aquatic at all in my opinion. So while the fragrance is Odyssey Aqua, it's not giving any of that blue fragrance DNA. It's giving more of that citrusy green allure more so with this one. But still, all in all, I don't mind it. I mean, yeah, getting into the green as it settles down more and more. I do like it. Is it my favorite flanker from Armaf? Or is it even my favorite fresh and citrusy fragrance? Not particularly. I think there are other ones just because when I'm thinking about myself, I would wear it. But when I'm thinking about for what I recommend to you guys and what you guys should be mindful and cognizant of, definitely I think there are other fresh citrusy fragrances on the market that can pull you compliments. And it's not even, I don't even think it's a bad batch. I don't think it's overly done. Even for a fragrance that has ambroxan in it, I think when you get out in the sun, this could probably perform a little bit better, but it's not even the loudest fragrance from that aspect of it all. Okay, as it settles down a little bit more, picking up on that, yeah, it's becoming more green and less citrus, but you can still smell the orange and ginger throughout. That pungent citrus is still there, it's ever present throughout the whole fragrance, but as you let it settle down more, you start to lean more into the green floral parts of it rather than so much of just orange, okay? Last thing we gotta do is get our skin test, see how this one fares. Now, overall, I mean, again, for the price, you pay $30, $40 in it, so I mean, it's really not a bad fragrance for you if you're just looking for something nice, affordable. You're looking for something that you know you like, orange, citrusy fragrances. You want something with a level of vibrance. You live in a warm weather city and you really aren't, too picky as far as your fragrances. Definitely, I think this is gonna be someone for a younger guy. I think a younger guy definitely can pull this one off. Maybe a teenager, where he's not really trying to spend an arm and a leg and he's just trying to get his feet wet into fragrances. I think this would be a good starter fragrance for him, a good starter scent, especially, those guys are genuinely in school. Another fragrance kind of in this ballpark and ilk, maybe like a Mont Blanc Explorer Legend Spirit. Mont Blanc Explorer, but Explorer is gonna be a little bit stronger on the woods. Right? This one isn't woody, it's more green, right? It's something to be mindful of. Legend Spirit is gonna be a little bit more aromatic, a little bit more on the lavender, but still, this is what this fragrance kind of gives me. That Invictus Platinum, Mont Blanc Explorer, but made more green and less woody, or Mont Blanc Legend Spirit made a little bit more citrusy. But overall, let's see how this one fares off the skin. Overall, you're gonna have to give this one a chance. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not terrible. All right, I know my sauce aren't, seeming to be blown off, but this one definitely is. It's a familiarity. It's a familiar DNA that I've smelled before, and it's not bad. But there are other ones where I can tell, like, people, this is a familiar DNA that people might say, I've had this before. Maybe a little synthetic, especially in that opening. That opening synthetic kind of, I think, was the thing that kind of gave me that alarm. Like, okay, this one might be a little bit differently. But definitely more green, more cypress and that patchouli in the base. And all in all, I mean, still not a bad scent. Definitely worth at least putting your nose on and trying it out before you pull the trigger on this one. If you can get it out in the store, go try it out in the store before you pull triggers. What I would say with this fragrance here. But all in all, not a bad scent. Definitely not mad at it. Definitely worth giving it a try. There you go, guys. First impressions of Armaf Odyssey Aqua done and accounted for. Again, a nice citrusy, floral, minty, lavender-based fragrance. Right, those of us who love orange and grapefruit, this is gonna be the fragrance for you. That'll do it for today. If you guys found this video helpful, make sure you hit the subscribe and the follow button so you get notified anytime I drop any new fragrance content. Let me know what you guys like from Armaf, whether you guys have tried Odyssey Aqua or what other Odyssey fragrances you guys have tried. I'll get them done if I haven't already gotten them in the collection. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good day. Much love.